Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep at me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep at me, I jump over it. They will see it. I said they will, yeah, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go here with eat you. And when I feed it with hurt. Oh, yeah. When I need to hear with you. Yes, sir. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win.
C12 on the beat.
All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep at me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep at me, I jump over it. They will see it. I said they will, yeah, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go here with eat you. And when I feed it with hurt. Oh, yeah. When I need to hear with you. Yes, sir. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win.
C12 on the beat.
All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep at me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep at me, I jump over it. They will see it. I said they will, yeah, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go here with eat you. And when I feed it with hurt. Oh, yeah. When I need to hear with you. Yes, sir. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win.
C12 on the beat.
All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. Woyo, 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 woyo,
D12 on the beat.
the lamb up in there. This girl don't like my business. They like my business. This Jew don't like my business. They got a way I can talk it to them. They got a way I can give it to them. They got a way I can talk it to them. They got a way I can give it to them. They got it all. Come in, Mr. Lover Boy. Come in, Mr. Lover Boy. Come in, Mr. Lover Boy.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to you live from Philadelphia, and look who's in the studio today. We got the Reverend Doctor himself in the studio today. It's after the time is what's the time? Let me get the time right. Well, the time is after 10:16 in Philadelphia. I don't know the time in Liberia, but wherever you are, we want to say welcome to the Liberian Radio and Television Network, in short, Lrtn. And we were able to drag the Reverend into the studio. He's been coming for almost 2 years, and finally we got him in the studio. So Reverend, welcome to the studio.
Man, Prince, I am honored to be here.
Okay.
I'm very excited for
Okay.
what I see, and I'd like to commend you. I mean, what a great job, and thank you. Sorry for all the time you have been inviting me. I've been so busy, but I'm excited to be here, man. I'm excited. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay, so our listeners, I see you got a few people. You got Kekula, Abraham, we got Leroy, and the rest of the other team. Listen, everybody keep sharing the video. Share the video. We got a Reverend in the studio. All right. So we're going to be discussing the Reverend trip to Liberia. I think I posted that on Facebook, and I was trying to let people know exactly what's coming. Now, one good thing that's going to happen later on by 1 o'clock, we're going to have the music you're hearing right now. D2 is going to be in the studio at 1 o'clock. We're going to bring him in. I think he's doing a tour, so he's going to be on here to tell us a little bit. And we're also trying to get in touch with the Church of Council Secretary General in Liberia is going to be on here to give us a little bit on national issues in the country. So, Reverend, we want to say welcome to the Liberian Radio and Television Network again. And good thing is you're always in Liberia, and by the grace and help of God, maybe the end of the month we should be launching in Liberia. So we'll have a team that you can work with in Liberia. So, how's the family? How's everybody?
Man, we're doing good. We're doing
Okay.
good. The kids are doing very well. They're keeping us busy.
Yes.
But it's always a blessing when you have kids and, just love them and they give you so much happiness.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. So, okay, Reverend, I've been knowing you for, it's not just in America, I know you from Ghana. That's why we already got connected. And I know you to be, you've been in the humanitarian work for a long time. You've been doing good things for a long time. And now I've been watching you on Facebook. People have been following you. You see most of the wonderful work you're doing in Liberia. So we made our responsibility to get in touch with you and bring you on the studio so people can know who Reverend Peabody is. So tell the audience about yourself. Who is Peabody? We got a lot of people on here. Just remember, we're on our Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter. We got a whole lot of different platforms you're on. So we got other audience on there and listening. They want to know who is Peabody. Who is this guy that just keep going to Liberia and just making a whole lot of impact. Welcome to the show, Running Man. Let's go ahead.
Well, Prince, thank you. It's good again to be here, and I want to apologize for almost 2 years you've been trying to get me. Every time you came up, I was always gone on some program. But the right answer here is that Henry Peabody, just a servant, a basic servant of the Lord who loved his people just always want to have an impact in the lives of other people. You know, the little I can do to help, I always want to do it. So, in a nutshell, I'm just a servant, my friend.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we know you just came from Liberia. You were in Liberia. I think I talked to you a couple of times there. And so let me ask you something. Going to Liberia, you were born in Liberia, grew up in Liberia. Just tell me, when they plane land in Liberia and they open that door, tell me what kind of feeling you got? How you feel?
Well, it's overwhelming, Prince.
Okay.
The feelings when you land at Roberts Field and get into Liberia. The feeling's overwhelming because you feel like you're home. You know, there's a lot of things that comes to mind. One, you're happy to be home. Two, you concerned about the situation that is home, and
Okay.
three, you bring back the memories of the Civil War. You know what we have to go through. Sometimes it's like you don't even believe that you come into a place where you almost came to death, where you almost die. You know,
Wow.
so it's a lot of things that come to mind when you land home. But one of it's nowhere like home. So when you get there, you're
Yeah.
like, ah, I'm back home in Liberia.
Feel the ownership,
Yeah, you feel ownership. You feel some kind of just
relief
relief, being able to just do things in a different way.
in a different way.
Right, right.
But now
Right.
one thing I always when I go home, one thing I be so excited about is the food. The food. Tell me, the food.
But Prince, I think my last trip, I think I gained over 10,
I know.
15 pounds
Yeah.
because I ate the food like the way I wanted to eat it.
I
Like
know.
some places we went, it was nothing like spoon. I just put my hand in it and started eating. So it's all about home, you know, the food and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's just awesome, awesome.
Now let me ask you about it. I see you doing a lot. What really driving you? What really leading you to doing what you're doing like this? Because you know a lot of people, a lot of folks are here. They're working. Not that they're bad or they don't want to be bad, but you know people don't have that drive. People are not waiting to go back home and start doing things. You know, free of charge. You know, what really driving you? What motivating you?
Well, firstly, Prince, if I would add, the several things. The first is one is the love of God.
Good.
And secondly, you know how we were refugees in Ghana.
That's
You
correct.
know, we spent a heck of a long time in Ghana on the refugee camp, and we went for days with our food. So we didn't even have clothes. You know, we didn't have even good drinking water sometimes.
Yeah.
And we stay on that camp. And firstly, let me say a special thank to the Ghanaians. They were wonderful people too.
Yeah.
They accepted us and brought us into that place. And but you know what we went through in Ghana on the refugee camp and how we suffered.
Yeah.
And most of us made it here to this great country through the love of the Americans.
Yeah.
You know, Americans felt, you know, they are generous people,
Yeah.
you know, and they extended their love to us, and we made it to this country. And when you come to this country and see the wealth and see how blessed this country is, you want to give back.
Yeah.
And it was because of that that I decided to give back to my country. I mean, the little that I can do to help people became a driving force behind what I wanted to do because I was always concerned. Hey, I could do this. Hey, I can put some clothes together
Yeah.
and give it to people who need it. Hey,
Yeah.
I can find food or put money to buy a few bags of rice to help people. And that's how I started going back. But it was just the main reason is the love of Christ. I want to give back and want to share that love that Christ shared with us. So
Okay.
that's why that was the driving force. Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you guys planning on building a church or anything that sort of in Liberia?
Right now, what our work is focused. We still do discipleship in Liberia. We
Okay.
still minister.
Okay.
We go places. But our primary focus now is to do projects that are sustainable.
Okay.
You know, I can go to Liberia and give somebody a shirt, but how long that shirt gonna last?
That's
I can
correct.
buy a bag of rice and say, hey, for this village, how long is gonna last?
Amen.
But if we build water, if we can build a well
Yeah.
that 2,000-3,000 people in a town will benefit from for almost the next 10, 15, 20 years,
Yeah.
you'll be saving lives. You
Saving
realize that people will not die from some of these waterborne diseases and stuff like that. but you kind of eradicating some illnesses or some sicknesses that people will get in those villages from drinking terrible drinking water.
Yeah, and that's some of the things I really wanted to dive into because sustainability is very important.
Yes.
When it comes because if instead of giving the man is good at giving the opportunity to fish on himself.
Right.
So if I saw some of the pictures like water, I can imagine, people. I know you saw some of the places that people drinking from. So when you go down there and see some of the places people get, how do you feel?
It's unbelievable, Prince,
Yeah.
in this day and age.
I'm not cutting you off, but for the audience, I'm gonna put some pictures up. You're gonna see some of the pictures rolling, and you're gonna see the work Patty is doing. So go ahead, Ready?
Yeah, Prince, in this day and age, you never believe the kind of water that people are still drinking in our country.
Hmm.
If you go to some of the villages, like we've been to several villages. One of the one of the most recent village that I went to was a place in Birmingham County called Medina. We went to Medina. It's a Muslim populated community. You have over 3,000 people that live in the community. But man, when I went into Medina, the first thing the chiefs and other wanted me to see was the water. They all came up to me and said, "Hey, we want to see where we're drinking from. We want to show you where we're drinking from. Come with us. Come with us."
Wow.
I'm concerned about looking at the new hand pump that we just built.
Yeah.
The others came and like, come. We want to see where we're drinking from. And I went and saw where they were drinking from. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it was complete mud water they were drinking from. Nobody would ever survive. I don't know how they survive from drinking a place like
so
that.
You're obviously killing himself.
They killing themselves.
I'm telling you.
And they said, "This is where we're drinking from." Then they said, come now. And then finally, they took me to the well. Said, they said, "You don't know what we have done.
Yeah.
You don't know what you've done in this town. But almost everybody is going to benefit."
Yeah.
In fact, the population is high. And when I seen one hand pump, I'm like, no. We're going to come back and build.
Yeah,
we're going to go back and build one more pretty soon. But, Prince, it's nothing to even imagine.
Yeah.
That people drink in this day and age, in our age, that people drink from those kind of hand
And you
water.
see, these are some of the things we. That's what the network is all about. This network is all about this because I think you heard me talking about the dollar initiative, where we want every Liberians to come together and just donate $1 because it goes a long way.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I'm so happy and so that's why we've been trying to get you on here because you know what, you're doing it. You're walking the walk. You get what I'm saying? Let's put God first.
Yes.
The Lord is walking the walk.
Right.
All right, but He's using you as a disciple to make sure that things happen. We got a lot of people in this country that have the capability, they have the wealth, they have everything, but they are not moved. And sometimes they get discouraged. They don't want to go forth to do it. So this is a great work you are doing, and we're so happy to have you on. Another thing, you're always taking folks with you. How do folks feel?
Well, I'm telling you, let me be firstly, I'm so honored. This year we took a family in from Ohio.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to travel to Ohio through a friend that I went to college with, Eric, and his wife. And Eric at the time was serving as one of the pastors at a church in Ohio, and they invited me to go and to share about my work in Liberia. So I went up there and shared. And this family became very, very moved. I mean, they were moved by what I shared and by the story. And it was 10 that had signed up to go to Liberia, but then 7, for some reason, probably when they read the travel advisory on Liberia, and they all withdrew. But the Hess family said, "Hey, we're gonna go. We don't care what happened to us."
Yeah.
And they went in, and their life got changed forever.
Yeah.
Forever. Yeah. They've never seen anything like what they saw, and their life changed forever. And they were very instrumental in putting together over 200,000 worth of medical supplies that were donated to different hospitals.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. It is a lot.
Now, buddy, let speak to the audience directly and let them know. All right, what your advice to Liberians out here who everybody's into politics? We don't want to get into politics today, but apart from politics, there are other things we can do. There are things we can do to change lives, save lives in Liberia. So speak to the audience, tell them.
Well, it doesn't take much, and
Okay.
as I always say, it's easy to get on the radio or national TV, and I'm not a politician and critique the government, but to build Liberia, it will require the effort of every Liberian. My brothers and sisters, the little we can do to help our country, our villages, our town, it will move the country forward. It would help. I'm not a politician. I don't get into it. I don't get into politics. But let me say here, it's true there are some flaws that we find in the government. It's very true. But the more we talk, the more we should be doing something to help.
Okay.
It takes Liberian to build Liberia.
Yeah.
Nobody will build Liberia. It requires the effort and the little we can do. And let me say this, your brain. You don't have to be or have political motive to help your people.
That's
and
correct.
most Liberians seem to be going that direction. They don't
that's
want to help
correct.
until they have some political interest.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help us as a country. Let's do something. Let's do something we're all having an attachment to it.
That's correct.
And that's what we do at Liberia Mission Outreach. I've been several places, and even in my own town, Orange Grove, I've had several people come to me. They have written letter. Oh, we want to we would like for you to want to be represented. And I'm not a politician. I'm a humanitarian, and I want if I divert from what God have called me to do, then I will have some problem, and then God will hold me responsible.
That's good. Great. So the next trip is coming up now. Which we let you know that we're working on something. By the grace and help of God, we want to be launching in next month. We got a team member that's going to Liberia, because what we want to do, we want to be able to follow you and show some of the work. All our program want to be live. We want people to be on the ground to see actually what's happening, because we need to encourage people. We need to encourage more Liberians, to come up and go to Liberia and do some good work. So the number is on the screen for the audience. It's 215-526-1785, 215-201-7562. And we got Reverend Henry Peabody in the studio. If you look on the screen, I think you see the pictures keep going back and forth. That's some of the work they're doing. I have a lot of pictures, but trust me, I can't upload everything on yet. And at times go back, we'll probably keep uploading some of them on here for you to see that. So we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back. And get ready, keep your questions so you can ask some questions. Those of you who are doing work and who think that you want to contribute or you want to do something, keep it up and just hang on, and we'll be right back. And we'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Hey, it was on the beat. Lord of mercy. Bam, bam, bam. Ha. Whoa-yo. Whoa-yo. Whoa-yo-yo-yo. Whoa-yo-yo-yo.
D12 on the beat.
The lamb up in there. The girl don't like my business. Oh yeah. They like my business. Oh yeah. The Jew don't like my business. Is that the way I can suck it to them? Is that the way I can give it to them? Is that the way I can suck it to them? Come and meet a lover boy. Come and meet a lover boy. Come and meet a lover boy. Meet a lover. Yeah. They say I blame you, you wanna get them, yeah. They say I blame you, you wanna jam with them, yeah. But the girl in my business, she ready to care for my business. She can die for my business. She can do anything for my business. Me, I can wait for the garden. I can who to sing for the garden. Me, I can wait for the get him. I can win a chance for the get him. I the chocolate for the girl and the sugar for the girl them, yeah. I the chocolate for the girl and the sugar for the girl them, yeah. And I have for trouble, and I have for sweating, and I have for noise, and I have for sweating. Come and mess a love.
Mario, I want you to understand.
You don't have. I don't want to understand. Leave. Leave my house, and don't ever come back here. Ruben, how could you do this to me? Huh? You mean all this time we've been together? All this time? And you didn't tell me you was married? You gotten a call saying that your friend is missing?
Yes.
And when was this that she had called you?
I spoke to her last week Tuesday,
At what time?
7 p.m.
Did you know where she was when she had called you? Like, what was going on in the background?
Okay, we're back, and okay, we're back, and we're back with the Reverend Peabody. So, Reverend, we had to go on a little break. So, let's dive straight into this. What are some of the projects you are doing in Liberia right now? Let's dive into it. Tell me what it requires. What are some of the difficulties, and what are you doing? What are the counties, different counties that you are focusing on right now?
Well, thank you again, Prince,
Okay.
and it's always good to be back here. But we have some of the work we've been doing. Actually, we started off with the primary focus of our organization, Liberian Mission Outreach International, is to provide safe drinking water to villages, places that are underprivileged, places that have no access to roads, places that I would call it have nothing, where daily life is almost a struggle. And our primary work is to go into these villages, build wells as a means of giving them some hope to safe drinking, to having access to safe drinking water. And this had been very successful. We started off in Vassar, actually my hometown, my own hometown, Owensgrove. We built about 4 hand pumps.
Okay.
So almost the entire town now don't have any problem when it comes to drinking safe water, because
Amen.
we built 4.
Yeah.
And then we have extended our work to Forceville in Vassar.
Forceville,
We
yeah.
went to Forceville.
Yeah.
Our brother Shedrack Rees was one of our contact point, and we went there and built water. We went to Bung County. I don't know the name of the place, but it was the border with Bung and Vassar. It's a very long area. You walk like you park the car and walk almost 2 hours into that town.
Wow.
So
Is it difficult like that?
it's very difficult. There's no access to road. I mean,
What?
sometimes you will.
You
Everybody.
have your guests walking along
Yeah,
with you.
everybody would everyone gets off the car, and then only the driver will take it over the bridge and park it,
Wow.
and then you walk 2 hours. So we went to that town. We built another 2 hand pump. I think over 800 people live in that village.
Oh my goodness.
We built hand pump, and then one of the areas that we went last year was Sesto City in Riverside County.
Yeah, Riverside.
It was one of the longest rides I ever had. I mean, when I got in that place, Prince, I just thought I was in the middle of nowhere. I just thought.
And how the people so happy to see you?
They were very receptive.
Wow.
They were very receptive. They were very happy. In fact, they praise me more than I should be praising them.
Yeah, I think I saw the video that
Because-
I don't deserve this.
Yeah, I don't really deserve it, because I should be praising them for the condition that they live under.
Yeah.
But yet and still they are happy. They are rejoicing. They are going above their normal life.
Wow.
So I should be commending them for living under such atmosphere. But they are more blessing me.
Yeah.
And so we went to Riverside. We went to to bombing.
Okay.
And we also went to. Right now we are in Nima. We have taken over a couple of villages in Nima.
Okay.
One of the places we've gone in Nima is called Zesno Township.
Okay.
We've built a well there.
Okay.
And we are actually building a school in Zesno right now.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
And then we went to another town in Nima called Wayne Fella. Yeah.
Wayne Fella?
Yeah.
It's
Wayne Fella. I think it's called Wayne Fella.
You know exactly, like in Sanikule or so thing, you know exactly what it is? Or
yeah.
or you don't know the area of that?
It's in Nima, but we went up there this year.
Okay.
And we drove 2 hours. But let me make one thing I want to say, Prince.
Okay.
If you don't have a heart to help people, don't go there. Because, I mean, some of those places, be prepared to walk 2 hours. Some of those places, be prepared to meet people and shake hands and hug people that you probably will not even want to. I mean, those places, be prepared to even eat food that you probably won't want to eat.
Yeah.
And we do all of that. We go there and we'll make people feel at home.
Yeah.
But the primary purpose of all of that is to share the love of Christ with people.
Amen.
And we do that. We pray with them. We pray for God guidance and God's provision. So as we go along, Prince, as we go along those places, there are other projects that's not part of our main thing.
Yeah,
and then we jump on it. Like the school we built in Orange Grove last year, the 10 classroom building.
Yeah.
That is serving over 200 children right now. We went there. The place looked horrible when we went to Orange Grove. I didn't send you that picture, but it looked so horrible. The kids were sitting in a house.
I think I saw you posted something on Facebook and
the
I saw
water were pouring in the classroom.
Wow.
The class like mud. I mean, when you step in it, you feel the wet ground. I mean, and it smells. And the kids were sitting in there.
Oh Lord.
So when I got there, like, oh my God. So I asked the principal, what can I do to help you change your roof? And she said, oh, we need 3,500. So I said, well, pray for me when I get back. I will try to find 3,500. But it seemed like God wanted us to be right there and to help those young children.
Yeah.
When we came back and when I shared the email and photos, a Good Samaritan came up with 40 grand, said, hey, there's $40,000 to build the school.
Wow.
And that's how you saw that school was built.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Right.
So now you're going to be making another trip. So what you have for the next trip?
Right now we are working on a school in a place called Zesnon Township.
So I'm not cutting you, but how many schools you have built? So
we built one now. We built the second school.
Oh, the second school. Okay.
And those were not part of our project that was planned.
Right.
Our work, the primary purpose of Liberian Mission Outreach, is to build water. Build water wells in villages. That's our main purpose.
Yeah.
That we want to provide safe drinking water to over thousands of people. Our goal is to build 100 hand pump in the next 3 years in different villages.
Wow.
But then as we go, there are other needs that become very desperate.
So there's so much challenges.
Yeah, the challenges are high, and I wonder how people live in those places. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to point finger, but some of those people have representatives that make $10,000-$15,000 a month. And it costs $3,000 to build a well. So if the representative even was to take $3,000 from his pay and build a well, you'd be serving 2,000 or more people.
And that's the sad part about Liberia. We have folks out, and I'm appealing to the audience. If the Reverend can do that, everybody capable of doing this. Like you said, the love of God. The love of God, because we exactly what the Reverend is talking about. We all went through some of these situations. I remember we used to get up. Sometimes you don't even have water to drink. We went through all of this. So if the Reverend can get up and keep doing this, I think it should touch everybody. Everybody should be touched and say, you know what, we got to do something. So, Reverend, let's talk about the. I know you're not into the politics. But what are some of the responses from the officials, like government, like representatives, councilmen, when you get there? How they treat you?
Well, I haven't had that much response. Prince, I can tell you one thing, and you're not going to believe it. We took over 200,000 worth of medical equipment just
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
We paid to ship it. Our good friend
Yeah.
from Ohio paid
Yeah.
to ship it. And let me commend Vice President Joel Howard Tiller.
Okay.
She assisted us with the duty free privileges. She
Yeah.
helped us.
That's good.
We didn't get the chance to meet her, but somebody from Nima, a friend of her, who was able to talk her into doing that, and she did it. So we want to commend her for doing that. But
Okay.
when we got to Liberia, we had to pay for warehouse to store our equipment, and you won't be surprised that we had to pay the hospital, provide gasoline for the hospital to come and carry their own medical equipment.
What?
In fact, one of the towns that we went in, I'm not going to name the town,
Yeah.
but the representative requested that we pay for gas before he provided the truck.
You killing me?
Yes, before he provided the truck. So like some of the hospitals the only hospital that said no, we're not going to let these people pay for our gas. They've done a lot to help us. Was Phoebe Hospital. Phoebe Hospital provided their own cars because we had it there. And I said, hey, I am not going to pay any money in Liberia to transport these things here.
Yeah.
The hospital or the health ministry need to get these people. And
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about every car or truck that came from other places. We had to pay for the gas.
So you paying to help them?
Yeah, pay to help them. But let me say one more thing. One person that was very helpful to us, I must admit, was the managing director of LPRC, Miss Nimani Pearson. Nimani was very generous.
Okay.
We did give the LPRC clinic some of the medical equipment, but even with that, she has been very, very generous.
Wow.
She was very supportive. Even last year, she made a contribution to our ministry.
Wonderful.
And then this year, she even assisted us providing gasoline for some of the areas. So, Nimani, I want to thank you. She was very, very generous to us.
Okay, let's talk about the hospital about it. The equipment you guys are carrying. You went to the hospital, you visited the hospitals, right? And tell me the conditions.
For instance, it's deplorable. I mean, I'm saying it because from a personal observation. If you go into a hospital, some of the hospital went to, like the G.W. Harley Hospital in Nima County,
okay.
in Sanikoli. We went to that hospital, and Prince, you won't believe, even pressure kits, the thing that you use to test.
Those are the simplest.
Simple things. They didn't even have it. Even operating tables. We gave some operating table, and we gave them some beds as well, medical beds and things. Those things were not there at all. In fact, we got into Nima like 9:30, 10, trying to sleep. I heard a knock on my door, and who was that? The medical director for G.W. Harley Hospital and the healthcare administrator there. Hospital administrator came up to me at 10 o'clock in the night when they saw the equipment to say thank you. They said, we know you're going to be at the hospital tomorrow, but we just want to come to say thank you because we have the expert here, but we don't have the equipment. And it's killing the people. Let me say this. One town that we went in called Wen Fela Town in Lima. In fact, the resident came to us. They said that if you can help us with a little clinic or a little motorbike, she said that we live 2 hours from Sanikole. So most time we have to take those people by our hand, the men in the town, when anybody's sick.
So this is reality?
The reality. He said the men will take them and walk 2 hours. And the sad thing, he said that most time they die on the way going to the hospital because there's no transportation, there's nothing. But the hospital was deplorable, and I got to understand firsthand why a lot of people die every day in Liberia.
You know what? Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. We got to take a break.
The lamb up in there. The girl don't like my business. Oh yeah. They like my business. Oh yeah. The Jew don't like my business. They got the way I can suck it to them. Yeah. They got the way I can give it to them. Yeah. They got the way I can suck it to them. Come and meet a lover boy. Come and meet a lover boy. Come and meet a lover boy. Meet a lover. Yeah. They say I'm playing you, you wanna get them, yeah. Yeah. They say I'm playing you, you wanna jam with them, yeah. But the girl in my business, she ready to care for my business. She can die for my business. She can do anything for my business. Me, I can wait for the garden. I can who sing for the garden. Me, I can wait for the garden. I can who dance for the garden. I the chocolate for the girl and the sugar for the garden. Yeah. I the chocolate for the girl and the sugar for the garden. And I have for trouble. And I have for sweating. And I have for noise. So. And I have for sweating. Come and meet a lover boy. Meet a lover. The lamb up in there.
Mario, I want you to understand.
You don't have. I don't want to understand. Leave. Leave my house. And don't ever come back here. Ruben, how could you do this to me? Huh? You mean all this time we've been together? All this time? And you didn't tell me you was married?
And I'm not used to this. And what Body just said, it just touched me. Knowing very much the struggle and everywhere where we came from, where we went through, coming to America, living the life you're living. Sometimes you may think that things are difficult for you. Sometimes you may think you don't have nothing. You feel that your life is not going anywhere. But when you hear the story of other people, then you try to appreciate the little bit you got. So you telling me that people have to be transferred to there for 2 hours and in the process they die, that alone it can touch anybody. It can break everybody down. Anybody. But how can people be helped? How can people get in touch with you? How can people reach you to be a part of the initiative you're taking out there?
Well, we have a website.
Okay.
LMOI.org.
You got a call coming in? Oh no, that's another call coming in. Yeah, go ahead.
LMOI.org. If you go to Facebook, you can just go to Lrtn Mission Outreach.
Okay.
Once you put it in, it's going to come up. LMOI.
Okay.
.org. LMOI.org. So the Lrtn Mission Outreach. It will tell you more about the work we do and our photos, and I mean you will see most of the photos of our work in Liberia from previous years to current. Most of the work you see there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now we know that you say you want to Nima. You're going back. Can you tell us which county you want to go back to? Or?
Well, we'll be going. You see, Nima is so big.
Because you gotta understand, you're on the network and everybody's watching.
Right.
So people are excited to hear the wonderful work you're doing, and people want to be the first.
Yeah.
Because the challenges are so much.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be the first to have a little bit of you.
Yeah.
So just because a lot of people watching from Liberia to the Saturday.
Right.
So just reassure them,
Right.
So
well,
I know you can do it everything.
Our next plan is For Sano, we have had Sano on our list for a while now.
Okay.
We go into Sano, and then we will still be in Nima. One of the project we pick up for this year is in Nima. We started a school, and let me tell you why we did this again, friends. We went into this town last year, Cessno, and the kids there walk 10 to 11 miles into Sunny College just for school. There's no school there, and you got over 100 to 200 children living in that town. They walk to Sunny College 11 miles. They wake up like 4 or 5 in the morning. With some of the folks that live in that town are teachers in Sunny College.
Wow.
So the kids get up and walk that far in the morning. So when we went there, I mean, I'm not from Nimba. I really didn't even I never even heard about that town at all. You know, but again, the love of God will take you everywhere.
Yeah.
So we went into that town, and one of the appeal that came to us was, can you guys help us with a school? And I wanted to be humble. I said, one of the Lord is telling me something here. You know, because we built a school in Orange Grove that was not part of our initial plan. Yeah. And now we in Nima. You got all these people coming asking us to build a school because the kids walk 12 miles. And the teacher say, if you build a school, we'll be willing to help.
Wow.
But the good thing, we were humble. We're listening to them.
Yeah.
And we pray about it. And the Lord is answering our prayer now, friends, because just prior to going to Liberia, I got a call from a lady in Boston.
Okay.
And then she said to me, I heard you are doing great job in Africa and you are building a school. I said, yes. She said, you know, my daughter had so much love for Africa. She said my daughter wanted to go to Africa. She wanted to help young children, and she couldn't make it. My daughter passed in an accident. She died. But will you be willing to name this school after my daughter? You know, I will send people to work. I will send some of her friends to come and work. And this lady gave me $10,000 check.
Wow.
So right now the school is being constructed.
Wow.
We have been able to raise $10,000, and our goal for the next phase of the school will be $10,000. Okay. But let me say what the people in Nima did. I mean, it broke my heart when I sat there and tears came to my eyes, because these people, as poor as they are, were still raising money among themselves when we were there to help with the school project.
Wow.
And they will provide their own labor. They will build the school.
The people are waiting.
Yes.
They're desperate.
Yes.
They want it.
Yeah. You know, they're willing. So, and that broke my heart. You know, I say, if these people here are not working, can't even afford anything, but they were going into the little hut there, and under the mattresses that they 5 or 10 Liberian dollars they have been keeping, they brought it out, said this towards the school. You know, so we've been able to raise 10,000, and hopefully the Lord will provide another 10,000, and we're going to complete that school. So, and then we're going to go into Nima and other places.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Already. Now, just to let you know, those who have the phone, can you turn your phone off, please? Just to let the audience know, the number is at the bottom. If you want to talk to the Reverend, because we don't want to keep the Reverend too long, he gotta go. So if you can call the number and ask any question you want to ask, how you can be helped, and you want to say thank you for the wonderful work he's doing, we appreciate it, and we want to say stay tuned, and we're going to be here for another maybe 10 more minutes. So if you want to call, you can call in right now and ask your question. Now let me ask you already. So the people are actually waiting to work, because sometimes, you know, you leave from there, you go to Monrovia. When you go to Liberia, most of the time people don't go to the rural area. People hang out right in Monrovia. Yeah. So the country is doing good, everything is okay, everything is fine. Because you got a little money in your pocket, you can hit some of the good hotels, place to eat, hang with friends, and you come back. But now you telling me that in the rural, it's a whole different thing you're saying, yeah. Now, what I would say to you is this. Tell me, the folks that you're taking with you, what are the reactions for them to get explained to the school?
Well, they don't, the reaction is terrible. They don't believe that people live under such condition or such atmosphere, you know. And when we get back in the evening, and sometimes we having our debriefing, they'll be like, Henry, that hospital, like we went into one of the hospital went well, I'm not embarrassed. Okay. You know, it just shows that our country need help. You know, and one of the mistakes that we make as Liberians is that we think Monrovia is Liberia. Yeah. So everything stops in Monrovia. Monrovia is not Liberia because Monrovia doesn't need help. Let's be honest with you. You know, when you go to Monrovia, it's like you live in a big village, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, Monrovia, you still see people literally dying. I mean, walking sick and don't even know they're sick. You know, they can't even. The thing that hurt me most, Prince, is that, I mean, when you go to the clinic, like we went to a clinic in Orange Grove, and we met a guy. This guy had diarrhea, and the clinic could not even give him a paracetamol. They didn't have it. So what happened to this man? He's going to get a second die. And die. You know, and how much does it cost to get these things? Little nothing. You know, and so for me, as I always say, I'm not a politician, but I mean, can you open your eyes and see? For the love of God. I mean, for God's sake, can you open your eyes and see why you sit there and allow yourself to just gain wealth on the people, you know? Yeah. I mean, the little you do to help your people, you know, $5,000-$10,000, you know how many lives you'd be saving in some of those villages? You know how many lives you'd be saving for $5,000-$10,000? Thousands of lives will be spared. A whole lot. You know, one hand pump. You know how many lives you're saving because the people no more drink dirty water, they're drinking clean water. Yeah. You know, so the folks will be saved, you know, and they will appreciate it. But we overlook all those things, and then sometimes we call ourselves representative, we call ourselves senator while people are down, you know? Yeah. So, I got a call coming in. Call your name and where you calling from.
My name is Amos. I'm calling from Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton, New Jersey. Okay. You got a background. Can you move? You got somebody in the back. Can you please get away from?
Okay.
Yeah. Can you get away from the noise, please?
We are ready. You still hear your noise in the background?
No. You're good. You're good. Okay. Yeah. Your name, where you calling from? You said Trenton, New Jersey.
Yes.
And what's your name?
My name is Amos.
Okay, go ahead, Amos. What you got for us? Can you get away from that noise, please, a little bit? It's very, very loud.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, I think lower the volume or something.
Now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, I just want to tell the Reverend thank you, Mr. Peabody.
Okay.
Reverend Peabody, thank you for your great work. He should continue, and God will give him strength. You know me very well. And God will give him strength. And we tell him thank you for showing love to our people. Okay. And I want to be part of it too with him. Okay. Just in case.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's what I call for on the show.
Okay, Reverend, go ahead. Thank you, Mr. Alma. Thank you very much. I mean,
thank you, Miss Ammons, for all time.
Miss Alma, I'm sorry about that. Thank you so much. First, I think we just need to thank God, and also the praises belong to the loving American who partnered and who gave to support the cause. Thank you very much for your call, and thank you for your strong words.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Call out your name and where you calling from.
Yeah, my name is Eric Masale. I'm calling from South Korea.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You're on. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. What you got for the people, for the Reverend? Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to this program on this, I'm streaming it on the Facebook. Am I live online?
Yeah, you are live. You are live.
I'd like to say thanks to Pastor Peabody, he's a colleague and a brother of mine know him many years, and for what he's doing in Liberia.
Okay.
And thanks, like to say thanks to all who are contributing towards this. He started on a very simple, very small note, but God is seeing it, the honesty and the courage and the strength he's putting into it is increasing. I just have one concern I'd like to ask, because I'm doing similar work, but also when you want to do something in Liberia, our country, there are so many bottlenecks that you have to face or you have to clear before. I want to know if you can just say on air, not only for me, but for the public, how to get around these issues. Like you ship things to Liberia, getting it clear at the port. You want to build a well. You need people to do that. Sometimes people take your money, they don't do the right things. People just promise, they don't do anything, and they take your money as well. How does he get around some of these things? Perhaps it will help us and will help to encourage more people who are trying to do some of these things and they were discouraged at some point.
Okay. Okay, you can respond to that. Pal.
Hey, my brother Eric, it's so good to hear from you, and what a blessing to hear your voice. You're a great man of God, and you're one of those that follow your passion and your faith in God from Buduburam, and I've always had that love and respect and always talk about you, and I'm very, very happy to hear you, Eric, and thank you for all your prayers and your best wishes. You just track up. You asked a very good question. It's one of the most difficult thing of getting things in Liberia. One of the problems that people face in Liberia is honesty. You know, most time we say that the government not honest, but equally so, you can't even trust one person in that country. You know, sometimes we give, yeah, we give money, and people misuse it. But I've been able to build a strong relationship with a team in Liberia. I mean, we have a group of people that we contract, and they are one of the most honest group of guys. I mean, I pay them and to do my work, and they are very honest. They will go anywhere, any village. They will go there and stay there for 2-3 weeks. And if you build a well, they will build a well. You know, if you want things done, they will do it. I've been able to form that relationship with them over the years, and they are very trustworthy. They are very trustworthy. So what we can do, if you are interested in doing similar work, want to build well in a village, if you contact me, I can definitely link you with them, and they'll be able to do your work. They'll be able to do your work.
Okay, thank you so much. And I wish I could hear of other groups of people who are doing similar things. But I really thank God that these people, God gave them to you. They are a gift to you and to your ministry.
Amen.
Because people see the fruit of 1-2 wells. Now they are trusting you with 40,000 to build a school, and
Right.
see the fruit of it. Sometimes we don't succeed because we don't have people like this to help us.
Yes.
You know, but I thank God that you got the right people, and I'm praying for you, and I pray that this thing will grow, and God will bless some of us who will also follow your footsteps in this way, how you contributed to our country. Like you said, it's not one person who builds a country.
Yeah.
It's all of us doing little things here and there,
Yeah.
and many of our pastor friends who have failed, you know, to do some of these things. You can be an example that at least there's one man I know who, when I give him $1, I see something he does, and I thank you so much. I'm praying for you, and we are praying for you to succeed, to do more. God bless you. Let's not take the time.
Eric, thank you so much, and God bless you. Wish you all the best. What part of Korea you at? I've been to South Korea, but I went to Jeju and Itaewon and other places. What part of Korea you at?
I'm in Seoul. I'm not far from Itaewon.
Oh yeah, that's where Amen. Amen, brother. God bless you, man. God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you, sir.
Okay, we have okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling. We got Robert on the line. Robert's on the line. We got Henry P. Ballas in here doing some wonderful work in Liberia. Yeah, what's your contribution, Robert? Go ahead. Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. Okay, I know we don't want to keep the revenue up. You gotta go. So we're gonna have you. We're gonna
10 more
have
minutes.
yeah. Okay, 10 more minutes, right? So okay, we got. We are fortunate to have another 10 more minutes with Reverend. So if you can call in within 10 more minutes, those of you who want to call, we're out here for 10 more minutes. You can try the line again and call in, and the Reverend will be able to answer your questions. Your questions as we go. Okay, before we take the 10 more minutes, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back, and we'll have the Reverend to continue. Okay, so we'll be right back.
D12 on the beat.
All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep with me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep with me, I jump over it. They will see it. I say they will, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go away with you, and when I feel it, it will hurt. When I need it, it will ju. Yes, sir. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say you was born to win, yeah. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win.
D12 on the beat.
All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. Born to win. I say I was born to win. All I do was win, 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 win. All I do was win, 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 win. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep with me, I jump over it. I say I jump over it. Now how you deep with me, I jump over it. They will see it. I say they will, yeah. So you forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. You forced to let me. You not let me say you forced to let me. Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When Jehovah bless you, no man can curse you. When I can go away with you, and when I feel it, it will hurt. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're back. We're back, and we'll have the Reverend have. He said 10 more minutes. We took 2 out of that, so we got 8 more. So if you're out there, you want to call and place your call in right now and ask the Reverend the questions you want to ask. And Reverend said he got a whole lot on the plate. So Reverend, I know you got a website. I'm going to get the website from you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to get the number from you.
Right.
And we're going to see if we can put that up.
Right.
So one of these days for people, I'm going to keep the pictures and I will keep rolling the pictures.
Right. Right.
Now you hearing the callers, the difficulties they're having. One thing everybody complaining about in Liberia is trust. How did you build the relationship? What did you do to build a trust? To have that connection that you can trust people to do something.
It's a tough thing, Prince, and I can tell you that. And
yeah.
Everybody will come up and say, "Hey, yeah, I want to do it. We can do it. We can do that." But you heard stories of people who got relatives who will send money to the relative back home to build home, and the relative will eat the money and tell you stories. It's one of the problems we have in Liberia. We talk about. We always blame the government when it comes to, the government is dishonest, the government is dishonest. Yeah. But even the individual, they are dishonest. You know, even if you have a driver driving your car. I'll tell you a story. One time I went to Liberia and I was sitting in the car and I gave this driver some money to go and change. And I'm sitting in the car, and this guy go change the money,
Yeah.
and he's walking towards me and taking half of the money
Sharing it.
and putting it in his
You
pocket.
feel you don't deserve it.
And then he comes back to me and gives me the money after taking out half of the money. You know, it's so hard to find trustworthy people. But even among the bad, there are still some good people.
Yeah, still some good people.
And let me firstly thank Reverend Shedrack Reeves. You know, Shedrack Reeves was our director in Liberia.
Yeah,
But
he's in Liberia.
yeah, he moved back now. He's back in Minnesota.
Yeah, okay.
But Shedrack was the one that I would send 5, 10, 15,000 to without any worries.
Yeah, but you
And-
know him, you don't
Yeah.
have a relationship.
and also, I've been able to build a relationship with another guy by the name of Arthur Say. Arthur knows everything. I mean, you can tell him anything and he will get ready to do it. So we've been able to build some relationship with our team. You know, one of the things we do is we don't just share funds with one person.
Okay.
We send it to, we let everybody else know who's on that team know.
Okay.
Hey, we just send this money. So everybody will be aware that we have that amount of money in
Okay, all right,
Liberia. And so that it would be, you know,
Transparent.
But we have folks that we can trust. We have the guy who built our wells. Man, I haven't seen a group of committed young people like that. You know, they are committed. They will tell you the price, and they will travel miles. Sometimes they go into these villages and stay there 2-3 weeks and sleep. Some will sleep outside, some sleep in, and do the work. So we've just been blessed that over the years we have built a team. But honestly, it's very hard to find some real honest people. I can tell you that.
Okay, now when it comes to the government side, let's come to the government side. You think for the amount of time you've been going to Liberia, you think that relationship is strengthening, that they will do things, they will move hill mountains for you to make sure you get to your point for the few that you've been dealing with?
Well, I don't know. To be realistic, we try not to get into the government stuff too much, you know. But I think it had to do with personal relationship. When you have personal relationship with some of the folks that work in the government, you know, and then you can get some things done. But what I can say here, my friend, is that we all need to pray for our country. You know, we need to pray for Liberia. Liberia needs prayer more than before, and because it's like the people not going anywhere. You know, and for some of us who were very fortunate to get out of that country, we always thank God for this country, thank God for America, you know. But I mean, the suffering are very vivid. I mean, you get there, you see suffering, you see folks that haven't eating for days, you see folks who just got nothing. I mean, when you say dirt poor, you see it. So I mean, unemployment is high among the young people. You know, nothing to do. The education system is a struggle. It's very poor. You know, a lot of places you go, kids don't even go to school because they don't have the opportunity.
Wow. Okay, well, that's it there for you. And so we don't want to keep the Reverend too long. I would say thank you, Reverend, for coming on. And we're happy to have you on today. And we hope that you will always consider the Liberian Radio and Television Network as the platform that you own.
Please, thank you. You've done a great job, and let me thank you guys for putting all of this together. You know, again, I want to apologize because it took you almost 2 years to get me just to. Every day I was running, but I thank God it all worked out. But I want to thank you guys. You guys are doing a marvelous job informing the community, know what's going on, where people can look to get help. You know, you guys are doing an awesome job. And what I want to do is, like, Liberian Mission might have to partner with you, you know, to get some of those information.
That's good. And you see, that's why we keep pushing that and telling people in the community that, listen, like, when you're walking here, you're gonna believe what you're seeing, right? People see out there, they just feel that, oh, the guy just hanging around, but we are so blessed. We have connection with all the elected officials, people calling us. We're getting ready to take this thing off to the next level. Not so much of Liberia, but in America, where we live here, and you see the amount of death, common things, the law, people breaking the law, people don't understand a whole lot. So our responsibility is to disseminate information to our people. And whatever, that's the beauty about this. Whatever proceeds we have from here should be able to eradicate it to Liberia, where you can be unemployed. I can't even believe I'm talking to you right now. I got 6-man crew that's willing to work with us. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So the little bit we've been doing here is about to affect life in Liberia. So we want to say we're happy, we're grateful to have you on, and this shouldn't be your first time. Anytime you're in Liberia, wherever you are, when we're there, we're going to be on it. We're going to be on it to make sure we give the information for people to understand and see exactly what happened. So I want to say thank you for coming on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. This is the Liberian Radio and Television Network. We are live, and we got the Reverend in the house. And it's been a wonderful day. It's been good. So follow us, keep watching. We're about to bring in Toll and the rest of the guys from Liberia. We want to bring you more information. Support us, and don't forget, keep in touch with us. Call the number on the screen if you want to get in touch with the Reverend. We want to give you the contact. And we say thank you for coming. See you when we see you.